Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jason Lowe, and I'm recording this video here today because I think that my voice should be heard, and I have a lot of ideas that I think would be helpful to solving problems that we face today. My voice cannot be heard, and my ideas cannot be listened to solve the problems we face today in the comments section of Facebook. They will not be heard, and they will not be accepted whatsoever, because the comment section of Facebook is a cesspool of insults, alternative facts, and hyperbole. It just can't happen. I try to reason with you guys. I try to do my best to maintain composure, but I fall into those three things as well. Well, not necessarily the alternative facts, because I know what's fact and what's not, but hyperbole I certainly use to a fault, and I insult you guys. I really do. And it's not right for me to do. And I really don't think that way of you guys. Like, if I were to meet you in person, I would say, hey, what's up? How are you? And you would like me. And I guarantee you I would like you. Because I can get down with pretty much any idea that you have. I really can. And I can understand it. And I can try to explain why I would disagree with it with a positive tone. And to me, tone is everything, which is why I'm super excited to start this video series that I really want to do. I mean, I'm probably not going to be very good at it at first in terms of just rambling, and I don't know how to edit. I think Jess is going to edit for me, but I don't know too much about all that. So pretty much I'm just going to be off the cuff and just talk and try to get my ideas out there for you guys without being called a faggot, and without being told I have too many selfies or whatever. I don't give a shit. It's just not adding to substance. Like, it doesn't hurt my self-image whatsoever, but it doesn't help my goal, which my goal is and always has been to educate. Like, I just want to let you guys know what I know, which I know to be true in terms of fact, experience, and societal nuance that I witness. And it's just, I really wish that I had done better of it in comments and posts and things like that, but now I know that this is the right way to go, because tone is everything, guys. Tone is everything. You can see my facial expression. You can see that I'm compassionate to you and your beliefs, and you might actually come to find out that you can identify with a lot of my beliefs. I just come off as hyper-liberal on the comment section because I'm so anti-conservative. It's not that I'm super liberal. It's just the ideas that I fight against are the antithesis of liberalism. So immediately people assume that I'm liberal. And same goes with party affiliation. When I discuss anti-Republican things and I'm wholly anti-Republican, people immediately assume that I'm a Democrat. Every single time. Every single time. But guys, I hate Democrats too. I hate Democrats too. Why? Because they're fucking establishment. Because they're establishment. Now, the Democratic Party is by far more progressive than the Republican Party. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that they're equal, because they're not. And I'm sorry. But they're both disgusting. They are. The Democratic Party is just as corrupt as the Republican Party. They really are. But the Republican Party wants to stop gay people from getting married and wants to get inside people's uteruses and nonstop wants to go to war. And wants to give billions upon billions of dollars in tax cuts to the wealthy. So that's why I'm wholly anti-Republican and lean more to Democrat. But Democrats also gave us this nonsense insurance haven. It's absolute, or rather than haven, it's heaven for insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies in the form of Obamacare. It's not Medicare for all, which we need, and which every other industrialized nation has done, mostly. What they gave us is for the benefit of the wealthy, because that's who donated to Barack Obama, and that's who donated to Hillary Clinton, and why I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton, and why I hate Hillary Clinton, because she's a corrupt piece of shit, right? It's just the way it is, guys. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I think we can all get down on that. It's us versus the establishment. And what I want to convey to you guys through these videos is that I'm just a human. Like, there's no reason to put me in a box. There's no reason to put anyone in a box. I've put you guys in boxes, and it ain't right. It isn't. And I want to stop, which is why I'm doing this instead of commenting from now on. And I want you guys to stop putting me in a box, because I'm a human. And I have ideas that are deeper than you even think about. And your ideas are deeper than I think about. It's just the way it is. That word is called empathy. When you really think of empathy, what it really means is that everyone's life is equally vivid and intense and scary and emotional and beautiful as mine. Everyone's life is the exact same. Just intensity is really the best word I can think about it, because you're conscious, yet you treat others like they're not conscious. Why? I'm going to discuss that a lot when I get into the North Korea debate. But what I want to talk about first is, just so we can all get on the same page, is, I kind of alluded to it a second ago, but I started rambling about empathy. But it's us versus the establishment, not right versus left, Democrat versus Republican, liberal versus conservative. It's us, the people, us versus the establishment. What is the establishment, Jason? I'll tell you. The establishment is a trifecta of power that controls every aspect of your life. Every single one. Those three entities that make up the basically single-minded movement of the establishment, even though it's a whole massive facets of the establishment. But they all have one purpose: to work together for one thing: money. The establishment all works together to make more money off the backs of us, the people. Yeah? Those three things are the media, which is the puppet that the establishment uses to sway the minds of the people and make them think things are in their best interest, but they're not. Media: CNN, MSNBC, ABC, Fox News, everyone. Establishment: bullshit. Don't watch it. It's nonsense. Watch this video. But the other one, corporations. Corporations includes banks. It includes weapons manufacturers. It includes your food manufacturers. That's a huge one that we can talk about in later videos. Your food manufacturers. It involves pharmaceutical companies. All these corporations control the government, the third entity in the establishment. The government is the one that has the real power, the actual power. The government has the actual power because we give it to them. The power of the people is the most powerful thing in the world, not money. But the power of the people is corrupted by money. So, corporations end up paying our government officials to use the power of the people, our vote, to make decisions on behalf of them, not on behalf of us. Because I'm telling you right now, the media, the puppet of the establishment, the media, and all of your senators and all of your congressmen, when they tell you and they shove down your throats that the government should be feared and big government is bad and that Medicare for all is too expensive, not enough money, college for everyone, too expensive, not enough money, when they tell you that war is the right way to go, the media is warmongering right now, completely parallel to what they did with Iraq. Completely parallel. What they're doing right now with North Korea is the exact same thing they did with Iraq, which is why I know we're going to war. That's the main reason why I know we're going to war. Not because Kim Jong-un is being psycho again. He's been doing it for years, guys. He's been doing it for years. He's been making empty threats for years. But now the establishment media is onto it. The establishment media has joined the circus of warmongering for this fight. Now, they tell you these things. Now you're going to think that I'm liberal. I'm a Democrat. Because I want Medicare for all and why I want free college for everyone, right? You're going to immediately put me in a box of people that think the government should take care of everyone and that you have to pay for it. No. I'm a human. And I am completely 100% comfortable with the hundreds of dollars that gets taken out of my paycheck. And in fact, tomorrow's Friday, and I guarantee you upwards of 30% of my paycheck is being taken out. Now, because I'm a human, I 100% want that money to be used for those things. For poor people to have health care. For old people to have health care. For people that can't afford college to go to college. Why aren't you? Why? You're 100% comfortable with your tax money going to war and buying weapons, which the government spends an absurd amount of money on, guys. Absurd. Tenfold what the next countries do. You understand? The reason we need the government to control these things, healthcare, education, right? Sewage, roads, all these things, is because if we leave it up to corporations, do you think they're going to give you the best? Or do you think they're going to give you the least amount as possible for the most profit? What do you think? Be honest with yourselves and be honest with me. Do you really think that if the government was gone, like libertarians love this idea, small government, the government should only be here to protect us. That's what they say. The government should only be here for the army. If you really believe that, do you think that you're not going to get taken advantage of? And that your neighbor isn't going to get taken advantage of? And that I'm not going to get taken advantage of? Millions of people won't get taken advantage of? Come on. We already are. With the government. Wealth inequality in the United States is beyond fathomability, guys. We are so desensitized to the word billion that it makes me sick sometimes. When I think of the word billion, and then you think of the word billion, like, these billionaires, and it rolls off the tongue, and you don't really think about it. I'm guilty of it too. It rolls off my tongue, and I don't really think about it. But when I sit outside, and I smoke my pipe, and I meditate on it, guys, the fruits of our labor aren't going to us. The fruits of our labor are going to a handful of people that take advantage of us. And then, where we think we have power, which is the government, which is why I'm not a libertarian, because the idea of it is good. People should be able to control themselves, and we shouldn't have an entity telling us what to do. But we need it. We need people that we trust to take our pooled resources, taxes, our pooled resources, and spend that money on protection, of course, and humanistic necessities, human rights. We need the government to control healthcare, because what happens when the government isn't in control of healthcare? Pharmaceutical companies price gouge the shit out of us. We spend absurd amounts of money on healthcare that other countries don't. Why? Because our politicians are bought. Not just right-wingers. Democrats too. Democrats and Republicans are bought by the pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies to let them price gouge our medicine. We spend on an EpiPen almost $1,000, while Canadians spend $50. It's cheaper to fly to Spain and get a back surgery than it is to get one in America. Why? And as a matter of fact, I can give you a little anecdote. My stepfather, John, he had really invasive back surgery for years stemmed from years of manufacturing labor. He labored in a manufacturing plant. Years, like 20 years. And his back was all fucked up, destroyed. And he paid tens of thousands of dollars for a back surgery, right? Because he had shit balls insurance, because he got taken advantage of by insurance companies and the doctor that gave him the back surgery. Then he moved to liberal Washington. He was living in Missouri. He moved to this shit fucking tax the shit out of your guys, and the country or the government has all this power, blah, blah, blah. Moved to Washington, married my mother, had one of the best insurances in the world through Microsoft, because my mom works through Microsoft, and the back surgery was virtually free. $2,000 out of pocket for a better back surgery than he got in Missouri. Now, do you think everyone has what my mother has? Why did my dad get better healthcare? Better healthcare for cheaper. Why? Why did he get it better here than he got it in Missouri? It's because my mom was a have, not a have-not. That is so grotesque. I can't even fathom it. In the capitalist system of healthcare that we have right now, my mother, who was a have, and my stepfather, who was a have-not, got two completely different forms of healthcare, even though my stepfather worked tenfold as hard as my mom. In terms of hard work, labor, what conservatives are nonstop talking about. Hard work. You work for what you get, right? No. He got swindled by his company and by his insurance company and by the doctor that treated him. And now that he was married to a have, because she worked her ass off, I'm not calling her a have because she was just a have. People are born into being haves and have-nots, but my mom worked her ass off for it. That's beside the point. But because he married a have, he got better insurance for cheaper, or better health care for cheaper. It's not fair. It's not. Guys, that's the healthcare debate. If you're a human, you deserve the best healthcare for free. That's it. The best healthcare for free. Now, Jason, that healthcare isn't free. Someone's got to pay for it. Someone's got to pay for the doctors. Someone's got to pay for the medicine. Someone's got to pay for the researchers for that medicine. Someone's got to pay for it. You're damn right someone's got to pay for it. Us. All of us. We all put it together and pay for it through the government. Because we all work together through the government. Because charities ain't doing it. Churches ain't doing it. Corporations sure as fuck ain't doing it. They're going to do their best to make money off of you. Do you really think healthcare should be capitalist? Nike tennis shoes should be capitalist versus Adidas. Nike tennis shoes versus Adidas tennis shoes should 100% be a capitalist system. If you have a better shoe, why the fuck would you not price it how you want it to be priced? And then if Adidas can come up with a better shoe and they can charge more for it, charge more for it. If people will buy it, they'll buy it. Because it's a better shoe. It's a better shoe, so they'll buy it. This is healthcare. This isn't fucking luxuries. This isn't your TV. This isn't your couch. This isn't your car. If Audi makes a better vehicle than Mercedes, they can charge more for it because it's better. This is healthcare. This is a human dying. I don't know what is so hard to grasp about that. Now, when we start talking about North Korea, I'm going to talk a lot about humans dying and how it should affect you. And if it doesn't, there's nothing we can do about it. But, see, I just rambled about healthcare. Why? Why did I just ramble about healthcare? Like, it doesn't make fucking sense. I just cannot do this. I don't get it. I can't stay on topic. Anyways, I'm going to need Jess to edit this. But, regardless, it's us versus the establishment. The establishment is receiving the fruits of our labor. And it's got to stop. But, now, we're going to talk about North Korea. Let's start off with the problem. Okay? What's the problem, Jason? The problem is, somehow, someway, power resides in a psycho. A dictator, North Korea, sits there. Now, I know the history of it, but I'm not gonna discuss fucking facts with you guys, and then it's just, I want to make it as simple as possible. I really do. I want to make it as black and white as possible so that you guys can fully grasp what the right decision is. And so that, because this is what I do in my own head. Whenever I meditate on these things, I think about it to its roots and think about what the actual problem is and how we can solve it. Instead of tons of different emotions and feelings and like anger and you need to compensate because you're being shit on by a little shitbag in fucking North Korea, right? And you gotta stick it to them, right? But guys, the problem is there's an evil man that controls 25 million people. Do not be desensitized to 25 million people. They hate their government more than you hate their government. I promise. They're starving. Their life is shit. They get beat all the time in concentration camps. Why are they in concentration camps? Because they disagree with the regime. They don't do what they're told. They don't worship Kim Jong-un. They don't think that Kim Jong-un has no asshole. They literally are brainwashed to think that Kim Jong-un does not have an asshole, that he doesn't shit. Do you think that this is in any way, shape, or form a normal society? No, of course not. If you think that, you need to do some more research. Sorry. There's no way I can convince you of that. If someone doesn't think that their leader has an asshole, it's not normal. Okay? And this evil man, who was literally trained by his father to understand that he is a god and that he is all powerful and the United States is evil, right? He's psycho. He's not in reality. He's not living in the same reality that we do. The reality that the United States is the only superpower in the world and that we have all the power in the world and we would literally annihilate him and all of his people if we wanted. He doesn't know that. He doesn't grasp it. Because if he did, he wouldn't threaten us. But the absolute hubris of this man makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Think about it. He's only in his 30s. Like, this guy is crazy. And he has all the power over these 25 million people, and he's going to make decisions for these 25 million people and threaten the most powerful country in the world. Do you think if his people knew that the United States was the most powerful country in the world and not evil and not crazy, do you think that they would in any way be like, yeah, let's fuck these guys up. Let's hit Guam. Let's hit Seattle. Let's hit San Francisco. Let's fucking down with America. They don't know. But even though they're ignorant to reality, why should we kill them? Do you understand what death is? That is a living, breathing, sentient human being that is conscious, just like you, just like me. Their lives are vivid. Their lives are intense. Their lives are full of emotion, full of love, full of hate, full of guilt, full of sadness, full of beauty. Right? They have families. They have jobs. They have community. They have religion. They don't represent their leader. And their leader sure as fuck doesn't represent them. So when I see these comments on Facebook and these statuses and these statements that these people make, blow them all up. This isn't hyperbole. This is what I've seen. Blow them off the face of the earth. Get rid of North Korea. Who needs it? Take them off of the map. That is 25 million people that you want to kill. Now, I'm not some crazy hippie. Like, love is all you need, man. Peace, love, dope. I understand war needs to happen. If there's Adolf Hitler and he is literally a fucking threat to the entire world and he will continue to kill millions of people if he's not stopped, okay, we need to go to war. We need to fight this motherfucker. Good needs to kill evil. Yes? Good is not killing evil if you go and blow up 25 million people because of one psychotic dictator. Do you understand? Please, guys, you can't do this. You can't think this. I understand that you're full of testosterone, I guess is... women believe all of these things too, so I guess testosterone isn't the best word, but belligerence, you just want to fight, you want to kill, you don't fully grasp that these people are living and breathing just like you. If they get nuked by the United States with a hydrogen bomb, by the way, guys, when we talk about nuking, we're not talking about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Look up on YouTube what kind of power we really do have, what kind of power Russia has with weapons that have never been launched live. They've been tested, and they're massive in scale that we have never seen. But look up the tests, and look up how big they are compared to what Hiroshima and Nagasaki experienced. When you say we can blow them off the map, we can. Guys, please don't. And please don't vie for it. Please don't vie for this. Killing 25 million people by our hand. Not the right solution. The problem is, this guy has power. He has power. And he's nowhere near the threat on the scope that Hitler was. And he's not a threat on the scope that Saddam Hussein was. But does that give us the right to go kill 25 million people? Think about what you're saying when you say it. Think about your hyperbole. Think about what you're actually saying. Imagine if we launched a nuclear weapon in North Korea. They have about a half hour. They only need seconds to launch all of their missiles. Now, who's around North Korea? South Korea, obviously. Japan. Taiwan. The Philippines. China. Russia. The domino effect of starting a nuclear war with North Korea would be cataclysmic. Because if we fire a nuke in North Korea and they nuke someone else, whose fault is it really? They'll hate us. The world will hate us for nuking this child of a country in scale of the United States, like an ant to Goliath. It's like, and this is kind of a crude analogy, but it's like the biggest kid in school is getting pestered by a special needs kid. Guys, you're getting pestered by a special needs kid. Are you really going to punch the kid in the face? No, because that would be an asshole move. Right? Now imagine when you punch this kid in the face, you're also punching 25 million people in the face that have nothing to do with that special needs kid pestering you. It just doesn't make sense. You're going to kill millions of people because this guy's an asshole and needs to be stopped. Now, how do we stop him? Because he is a threat. He could attack Guam, and he has miniaturized nuclear warheads onto ICBMs that could make it to the United States. Now, they would be shot down by anti-missile craft. Okay? So is he really that big of a threat? Yeah, he is. He needs to be stopped, because people like that should not be on Earth, because they're evil. Good needs to kill evil. Now, does good kill evil by nuking 25 million people? No, it's counterproductive. That makes us look evil, because it is evil. Okay? Killing millions of people is evil. Because that makes us no better than him. Because that's what he wants. He wants world destruction. He wants to hurt Americans. Now, I don't like that. Because I'm an American. And I love my people. But North Koreans are humans too. And I love humans. And then there is a different way. And here's what you do. You beat him from within. You bribe. You beat him with money. You bribe his closest confidants to overthrow him. That's it. I am absolutely serious. It sounds so simple. And it's like, Jason, we've tried that. No. Not really. Because if we all get them in cahoots, they will 100% overthrow this psycho. But, no, I don't like that. Now, honestly, guys, North Korea is a tough situation. But you have to think about the realities of the situation before you can even hope to solve the situation. The realities are, this guy has power over 25 million people. And has the power to hurt, over 200 million people. Yeah. The added populations of South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. He has the power to harm 200 million people. And that's just with weapons. Now, if these countries are bombed in any way and lose even 1% of those populations, 200 million, that's still 2 million, and the world economy would be in shambles. Seoul, South Korea is an economic powerhouse, a capitalist haven, influenced heavily by the United States, of course, but it's still an economic powerhouse. Taiwan, most of your products are made in Taiwan. Japan, tech powerhouse, finance powerhouse, a 4.9 trillion GDP. Imagine if what you will do by appeasing this psycho and giving him what he wants, which is war, and allowing him to provoke you into making a bad decision. It just makes us the same as him. It really does. And we can't succumb ourselves. We can't allow ourselves to be out douchebagged. Like, if you kill 25 million people, I would literally cry. Like, if we nuked North Korea and there were no repercussions whatsoever, like, check it out. Even though this won't happen, North Korea will get missiles off and will kill millions of people. But if we somehow nuke North Korea and blow them off the face of the earth, and let's say only 5 million people died, only 5 million human souls were lost. That's the same as the Holocaust. A fifth of their population being killed at the hand of a nuclear strike of the United States. 5 million civilians. That's the same amount of people that died in the Holocaust. What the fuck? Like, how can you fathom that? I would literally be in tears if that many people died for hubris, because North Korea said we had a little dick, and we said, no, we don't have a little dick. We're going to prove it to you. Boom. You've got to be shitting me. Because the absolute belligerence that I see in the comments section is strikingly phallic. It really is. Like, all I can think about when you guys are saying, kill them all, destroy them, blow them off the face of the earth, all I can think to myself is, they're offended that a little crazy little retard that rules 25 million people wants to hurt us and threaten us. Because a crazy little idiot threatened us, you want to go blow up 5 million people. Your cock is that little that you have to go and retaliate to threats from an idiot, crazy psycho. Like, that makes you no better than him. You want to kill more people than he has the capability of killing. What the hell? Think about it. Now, you might be a little disappointed by the end of this video because I'm going to be honest with you. I'll always be honest with you. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know. I don't know. It could be to bribe his closest confidants with the FBI or the CIA or whatever we got, man. It could be to figure out where he is and find a way to just blast that spot. But if we knew where he was, we would have done it already. It could be to wait for him to die. And if he launches any missiles, Japan literally already said that they would stop any missile that was launched at Guam. You should not be afraid of North Korea. He should be gone because he's evil and he treats his people with cruelty. But that doesn't mean you kill his people, and that doesn't mean you start a nuclear war. Think about what you say before you say it. Do not let anger and belligerence and bloodlust sway your decision and your idea of wanting to destroy millions of people. Please. This isn't right, and this isn't what we should do. I don't know what to do, but this isn't it.